Capricorn, welcome to your tarot card reading today. Let's talk about your Capricorn. Today's reading is going to be what is your current situation, what are you not seeing, and how it's going to play out for you. So let's see what is your current situation if this is your reading, and let's talk about you. We have by the book and building blocks. All right, well, you're building something for shizzle here. By the book and building blocks is doing something right. Building something from the foundation up, right? You're building a pyramid here. You're not building an upside down pyramid that's going to fall over. So this is doing things right, doing things in order, and building the foundations on something. Okay, we do have number 11, which is the master creator. The ability to vision things and bring things into reality. But you got to have that vision in order to be a creator. So let's see what you're creating. Let's see what you're trying to build here. What's the situation for Capricorn? What's going on? What's happening? What are they facing? You're waiting. Oh, that card really flew. 3 of Wands. You're waiting for things to move forward here. You might be waiting to move. Some of you might like literally have your house for sale and you're waiting to move. Some of you might have your car for sale and you're waiting for your car. The moon. What's the moon? The Queen of Swords. Yeah, no, you're waiting for something. I mean, it could be for your house to sell, but I don't think it's like a car. You're definitely, you're waiting for something to move forward here. It's like, I feel like you're sitting there thinking, I've done things right. I've built things from the bottom up. My house is renovated. There's no problems. I did a pre-list home inspection here, but yet it's not selling. Or it's like your business, you know, I did my business plan. I did my SWOT analysis. I'm following all the YouTube algorithm regulations and things just aren't moving forward. So if this is your reading, Capricorn, you feel like you're doing things right, you've done things right, you've built things up, and you don't understand why you're not getting what you want, why you're not moving forward. What's the hold up? What's the blockage? What's the why? Why isn't this moving forward yet? What is it going to move forward? What's the why here? What's the problem? What's the hold up? The Sun and the Chariot. Whoa! The 9 of Wands is here, Capricorn. The 7 of Swords is here, and the Hermit. There is either an subconscious, unconscious, or conscious wounded energy here. The Sun with the Chariot is moving forward optimistically. But that's the challenge, is you're not moving forward optimistically. What's interesting and what I find really interesting is tarot blows my mind sometimes, but whenever the building block comes out, you got your wall here. The Sun comes out and the Sun has the wall. So you've built solid foundations. You're right. You've done things right. But here, it's a mental block. The Sun is your mental. It's your identity. It's your ego. It's your individuality. But it's also your mind. So there's an element where you're moving forward not positively, or what's the 9 of Wands then so I can understand what that is? You're going... There's an internal battle that's affecting your manifestation, right? So when you're manifesting, you need to visualize it, you need to create it, but you need to believe and take action towards it. And I believe you're taking action towards it, but there's a blockage on the belief end, Capricorn. You might be starting to doubt yourself. This is an internal blockage. So when we have 2 knights going head to head, they're in a battle, they're in a conflict, right? We have the 9 of Wands, which is a real passionate knight. He's ambitious, he's got a lot that he wants, and then there it is taken so slow. So it's like your patience and your ambitions aren't really on track here. It's like you're 50 and you feel like you should have $1 million in the bank and making $100 an hour, but you're not there yet. And so you're not sure why. And it really is having to let go of this 9 of Wands. So let's dive into the blockage. What's the 9 of Wands? What's the lack of optimism? What's the bruised energy there? What is... Oh, no! How many cards just spit out here? Whoa. Okay, hold on, Capricorn. These ones are down. I'm going to take those second. This guy flipped up. Ace of Wands is in reverse. The 2 of Pentacles is in reverse. The Ace of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. This is an element where the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's not going the way you want. There's a blockage. You give up on it. But then you start again. Is there a start and stop here? Is there, what's over here to better understand? The Magician. A lot of these fell out upside down. Wheel of Fortune's in reverse, the 5 of Wands. It's challenges, barriers. The Page of Wands, it's the way you're dealing with your stress. I'm not sure if maybe when you get really stressed out, you talk bad about yourself, or maybe you give up, or maybe you just have a short day. There's like an element where your stress and the way that you're dealing with your stressors is affecting your manifestation, right? On a deeper level, the Page of Pentacles is our manifestation He's got your manifestation there. There's your pentacle. There's what you want, your tangible item, object, whatever it is you're trying to get. And it's the stress. The page of, and the reason that I wonder if you're saying something bad about yourself, if you're talking down about yourself, or if you're like, this is never going to work, it's never going to happen, is because the Page of Wands is in reverse. So, but there's the Five of Wands in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They want you to remind you that you're the magician here. But yes, there will be challenges, barriers, and obstacles. How is it that you want them to deal with their stress differently? Can we get a little understanding about that? What does that mean exactly? Like, what does that mean exactly? How do you want them to deal with their stress differently? Or what is it that is hindering them here? Let me understand. I think that's the Hierophant. I think there's a spiritual lesson here. Is that the Hierophant? No, it's the Emperor. Ooh, damn. The High Priestess. These are really powerful energies here. What the heck? They're not... You don't believe in yourself. Capricorn, you don't believe in yourself. There's just this element, you just had so many problems. I'm going to say, I mean, Pluto was in your sign for how many freaking years? It's like, you don't believe it's going to happen. You're getting frustrated. You feel, this is a hard reading, you feel like you've done everything right. You followed karmic law. You followed spiritual law. You're doing everything you can do. And it's just one battle after another, after another, after another. There might be some karmic, maybe check your numerology. I put out the video on how to check to see if there's a karmic debt that has to be cleared. But I really feel like at this point, it's just there's been so much shit that's gone wrong. You're having a hard time believing that something can go right. So it's just about changing that mind frame and knowing and learning from all of those shiznix that's gone wrong. So then how can we help them adjust the mind frame, adjust the perspective? The go-wrongs, the challenges, what did that teach Capricorn that Capricorn can bring into this new cycle? The Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords, Three of Cups in row. Okay, there's the Queen of Wands. You are presenting as a fire sign in this reading, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. You might have a lot of fire in your chart, or it's just a sign to really get into that masculine, powerful energy to take action, right? The wands are action-oriented cards. There's the Star going after what it... Okay. Are you ready? There's the Page of Cups. There's your dream. This is the Dreamer card. So there's the dream. There's your goal. There's what you've been working towards. The Nine of Swords and the Three of Cups is here. But the Three of Cups is in reverse. And when the Three of Cups is in reverse, it is barriers outside of yourself. I feel like you feel like the world is against you. Like God's against you, Mother Sophia is against you, the universe is against you, things are not going your way, things haven't gone your way. You know, you could have been raised in a very what's that word I'm looking for? Encouraging environment, right? Like if you're raised in an environment where your parents don't support you or support your dreams, it takes a lot longer for you to get your dreams than the parent who supports it. It's just a fact, right? It's unfortunate, but it is true. But what this was teaching you in the lesson here, and where they want you to change your mind and focus on, is with the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords, you can spend your whole life worrying about things that are outside of your control. You can spend your time worrying about things that you can't change. You could spend your time worrying about things that are going to go wrong. Or you could spend your time focusing on what you want. You could spend your attention focusing on the baby steps, focusing on the growth, focusing on the challenge. The fact that the Three of Wands showed up, I really like, because it means you will get this, Capricorn. You just got to fight that mental blockage. All is the mind, right? And this is really strong elements of principle of mentalism. Know that you're going to get it. Believe that you're going to get it, right? I put out that short not too long ago from the Tablets of Faith and talks about expectations. What do you expect? Because what you expect is what you're going to get. So you have to reprogram your mind and change that expectation. So you reprogram your mind when you're in the theta brainwave. In the morning when you wake up, and at night when you go to bed is when you're in the theta brainwave, right? And when you're raised from 0 to 7, you're in the theta brainwave. So if something got caught there where someone was discouraging you, you have so many problems, so many challenges, it just wasn't a good time of your life, that will absolutely get caught in your subconscious and you have to reprogram it, and that works on repetition. Your positive affirmations, saying that you're going to get this, knowing you're going to get this, working towards this with that ambition. That's really the advice, and that's the element here. Is yes, you could worry about the things that are going to go wrong, or you could know, yeah, things are going to go wrong, but I can handle it. Look at everything that's gone wrong in my life so far, and I'm still here, baby. So I can handle it. and have the confidence to know that. And that's the message here, Capricorn. Okay. Is there anything else you want to highlight? Anything else you want to say? Then we'll jump into the oracles and we'll do an outcome and we'll see maybe how this is progressing or how you're doing here in the near future. So is there anything else you want to say to Capricorn before we jump into the oracles? Zero, zilch, nada. The Seven of Cups is the card of having to move forward without knowing all the answers. But I also feel it's a frustrating card. Why? I'm doing everything in order. I'm doing everything right. I'm following, I'm doing everything right. It's card of why. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, the moon. What's hidden. So we've already talked about that. We've already discussed it, but they're just highlighting here. I think you're trying to figure out why. Why you're not getting what it is you want. Why there's manifestation, right? And if your manifestation's not coming into fruition, it is typically because one of the four bodies is out of whack, right? We have our mental, we have our physical, we have our emotional, and we have our spiritual. They do need to be in harmony and balance, right? The alchemical marriage or the holy grail, whatever word you want to use, however you want to accomplish that. It's all the same shiznick, it's just different linguistic descriptions, but you do need to come into union with those four bodies. So if something's out of whack, and if you're sitting here wondering why, what's being hidden, one of the four bodies is out of whack, and it's just about balancing it back in, right? Higher and lower consciousness is knowing you're not always in higher consciousness. No one's perfect. No one's just like running around higher consciousness all the time. Even Jesus would have had a bad day or two, So it's just about knowing that when you get down there, to bring yourself back up. It's just self-awareness to recognize that. And that's what I feel they really want to highlight here to help you get what you have worked for, because you have built solid foundations and you have done things right. It's just about removing that mental blockage to bring it in. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I picked up on today. So let's grab some oracles. Let's see what they want to say, and we'll jump back into the tarot. So then what does Capricorn need to surrender to when it comes to this? Wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Be thankful for your hard times because they've made you stronger. They've made you more resilient. I want your spirit animal. For some reason, there it is. My spirit animal is buried down here. Let me grab him. Okay. What's the spirit animal message for you, Capricorn? What's the spirit animal message here? Armadillo. And we have the fox. We have three. We'll go one at a time. Armadillo. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions, you must be discerning and say no to things that have been holding you back in the past. And we have the fox. We have a little bit of opportunity here. You must be quick to move out of your comfort zone when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to a new way of doing things, and once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. And we have the hawk. A little bit of spirituality here, Capricorn. So fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. Helps you get the why. Ask and ye shall receive. Why hasn't it come through yet, higher self, source self? I want to know. You'll get those answers. You just got to silence the mind and ask the question. All right. So Capricorn, let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. When I say outcome, let's see where you are 30 days from now. Let's see how you're doing, how you're feeling. Right now, I think it's like July 9th, 10th, 11th. I'm somewhere around there. We'll go 30 days from now, but it is a timeless reading, so it's 30 days from when you are seeing this reading. We have the lovers. And Capricorn, I forgot to mention, but for those of you who are inquiring, have questions, I was temporarily closed for personal readings. I just had to heal my jaw. I had a lot going on, but I'm all healed up. I'm all good now, so I'm back open. So if you're interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description box, but it's also pinned in the comment section. Okay, lovers, Ten of Wands, the Fool, Page of Swords. Okay. Tower, something's changing here. So I think it's your perspective. The Tower. Whoa, what's the Ten of Swords? Ten of Swords and the Hangman. There's no more waiting around, no more stagnancy, no more it's like no more trying to figure something out, right? The Hangman is suspended, right? And we also have to note too, The hangman is typically suspended upside down, which is in its own form a humiliation ritual or simply just a ritual, initiation. So there could have been an element of initiation here, right? The universe will initiate you to make sure you're ready to get what you want. You're mentally strong enough, you're physically strong enough, you're emotionally strong enough, right? Spiritually strong enough. So a lot of times it will test those aspects, and we got to pass those initiations. So the hangman can sometimes be that as well, but that's over because the Ten of Swords is there with that hanged man energy. I feel you're making the decision to move forward, dealing with your stress differently. The Lovers is a decision to deal with your stress differently. There's an unexpected change of perspective. Let's see what it is. The Tower and the Page of Swords is really looking at something differently. So let's see what this change is. Let's see, maybe you're learning how to take a leap of faith. Maybe you're learning how to trust yourself. But what has Capricorn learned here? What's this change? What's this Tower energy, Page of Swords energy? What's this? What is this? The Judgment. The Hangman. Queen of Pentacles, you. The Three of Cups. And the Knight of Swords. Emperor. You're realizing you're appreciating yourself and you're appreciating your challenges. You've learned to find the positive and the negative, Capricorn. You've learned to find the positive, the Three of Cups, and the negative, the Three of Swords. Excuse me, the Nine of Swords. Out of all the decks I have, this is one of my favorite cards with the artwork. I love it because the way they depict the Nine of Swords, I think is just so perfect, right? If we look at the back, we have this little ghost, and the ghost is haunting her. But then we have the owl, and the owl is learning. So the past can haunt you, or you can learn from the past. The choice is yours, and yours alone. And here, you have learned to appreciate it. It's made you, woo, shit. Capricorn, you're in an excellent energy. In a month from now, we got independence. We got your masculine energy, and we got your feminine energy. This is all you, baby. There's a really strong element where you really believe in yourself. I don't think you were fully believing in yourself here in the past, but you do. There's no lack of confidence here. Will Smith has entered your head, and you're confident, baby. A lot of people think a lot of things about Will Smith, but I'll tell you this. I saw an interview with him. And he said, confidence is not just thinking you're better than everybody or thinking you're the best at everything. Confidence is the ability to not be embarrassed to fail in front of somebody. And I thought that was very deep, interesting perspective. It's just about not being embarrassed, not being ashamed, not being afraid to fail, to fall, to not succeed. That's what the confidence is, because you'll pick yourself right back up and you'll do it the next time or whatever, right? So you're in a really confident energy, and I feel like you're learning to move forward, really trusting you, right? Look at this Fool. And we look at the Rider-Waite deck. He's not quite at that cliff. She is off that cliff. She's about to take that leap of faith. She is about to move forward, and the Page of Swords is looking right at her. So there's this element here where you've really learned to better deal with that stress or that frustration or those barriers, and you've really got a lot of confidence in yourself, a lot of balanced energy. There's a lot of going after energy here. There's a lot of nurturing, a lot of self-awareness. So there's a lot of change in you, Capricorn. And if you want to change your reality, you got to change yourself. And that's what I see here is the beginning of that change, the beginning of that manifestation coming through. So the block has been, it really has been removed. The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups is here. So let me say this, your situation is going to be in a really positive energy. There's the stability. What's that with? A lot of strategy. You're really being strategic here as you move forward. So there's a confidence in yourself. There's an element where you've learned to trust in yourself, and there's an element where you're very self-aware. And I see you learning to move forward without letting the barriers stop you, make you feel bad about yourself, make you doubt yourself, right? It's that energy. You're in a good place. I don't see mad success. I don't see, dollar bills, holla holla. But I do see removing that block. Your manifestation takes time. It does not bring in overnight. As you remove that block and as you start to let go of that old programming, that frequency rises and you will attract things a lot quicker than you were in the past. That's what I have, Capricorn, and that's what's going on. So I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated and benefited you. And let's close it off today, Capricorn, with your yes or no question. What's the answer for Capricorn? Yes or no? We got two. So I'll pull out the first one and then we'll see what the second one is. So if you had one question and one question only, it is by all means. And if you had a second question, if you're bouncing back and forth, the answer to the second question is In no way. All right, Capricorn, I wish you the best of luck. Until next time.